Welcome to day 5. In today's lesson, we'll be looking through the last 2 steps geared towards focus, prioritize and plan. Prioritize. When you have a million things going on and you can't attack them all at once, your first inclination is probably to prioritize. You may not even realize how strategic you are by prioritizing tasks, but it's a great strategy and it comes into play with focus. You can hone in on your goals and delegate all you want, but at the end of the day, some responsibilities remain, and there's only one of you to do them all. That's when your trusty friend, prioritization, is there to help. Step 1. Pick a method. To prioritize, begin by picking your method of organization. You won't be able to rank your to-do items in your head without a little bit of help, so you must create a method for your madness. You may opt for a handwritten list or a spreadsheet. Whatever it is that works for you, use it. Step 2. Analyze your list. Once you have a way to keep everything in order, you'll want to organize and analyze that list. Take a look at all your responsibilities and tasks at hand. Analyze them and sort through them. Some of them may be things you can put on the back burner, others may be urgent. Use this time to label them so that you know how to proceed with your list. Step 3. Rank your priorities. We mentioned that some items may be urgent. That's something to really focus on. In this step, go through the remaining priorities. Label them as critical, non-urgent, time-sensitive, and not so time-sensitive. You may have other relevant labels, that's completely up to you, but this is an excellent place to start. Step 4. Put a number on it. Before you can decide which items to attack first, you need to have a rough timetable for your plan. How long will each task take? Do you need time to plan before or after your responsibilities? Are there any quick tasks you can knock out? This is especially important if you're working with deadlines, so be sure to take this step seriously and really give a reasonable time estimate for each of your items. Step 5. Sort it out. You now have a sense of what you need to do, especially when these things need to get done and how much time everything takes. This is the fun part. Sort it all out. At this point, you should be putting items at the top if they're time sensitive and high priority. The process should feel natural, but you can always refer to these steps to make sure you're making good progress. A few other ways. If you don't want to follow a step-by-step method to prioritization, there are several other tactics you can follow. You can try out one of them, or all of them. The Pareto Principle. At some point in your life, you've probably heard of the Pareto Principle, or the 80-20 rule. This says that 80% of your results come from 20% of your work. In other words, you can get a lot done in a little time, as long as it's the right time, and you're motivated, and inspired, and ready to get it done. To tap into that 20%, you'll need to do some self-exploration to find out what works best for you. Are you most inspired in the morning? Do you work best under a hard deadline? When are you operating at your fullest potential? It'll take some trial and error to nail this down, but once you do, you can optimize your workflow by always working at your best. Most important tasks. If you've ever heard someone refer to their MITs, they're talking about their most important tasks. Everyone has them, but it's not always so easy to pinpoint what they are. When you wake up in the morning, you already have a set of MITs. These are the things that you know you must get done by the end of the day. Some to-do lists are nice to have items, but your MITs are absolute must-dos. Write those out and pay attention to them. Utilize productivity tools. There are tons of tools out there for you to use to prioritize your tasks for the day. These are project management tools and productivity tools. They're on your side, and they'll help you mitigate your tasks so that you know which ones to focus on and when to focus on them, and exactly how much time each of them is taking you. So why prioritize? Prioritizing lets you clear through the noise and really focus on what matters to you. With all of these methods, you're figuring out where your focus needs to be throughout the day or the week, and you're coming up with a strategy to help you get there. Plan. Let's take it back to the big picture. Delegating and prioritising focus on the day-to-day, which is important, but we can't forget about our big picture. Our big picture focus. That focus is what drives you, incentivises you, and pushes you to work for something bigger. When you're focusing on the big picture, you need to come up with an ultimate plan. This plan will help keep you grounded. It will remind you of where your focus lies when it gets derailed. When you're caught up in the nitty-gritty, you can always refer back to this plan to help you get back on track. 1. Come up with an end goal. Your plan should never be aimless. When you construct a plan, whether that be daily, weekly or yearly, make sure to have a focus on the outcome. This will drive all your actions forward and propel you in the right direction, towards your big action goals. 2. Remember your purpose and your why. Every plan you make should come back to your purpose. If your purpose is to be a digital marketer, your plan should revolve around that. If your plan is to create a portfolio of photographs, focus on that. Your focus is only as good as your defined purpose. So keep that in mind and remember your purpose when you create your plans. 3. Create a list of actionable items. Sometimes we get so caught up in the minutiae of planning that we forget to actually plan. Don't let that happen. Instead, make sure your strategy includes a list of actionable items so that you have a step-by-step process to focus on for the day. If you don't have actionable items, every time you refer to your plan, you'll waste a little bit of time trying to discern what you should do or what step you should take. On your plan, outline exactly what you need to do to keep your focus on your big picture. Now let's take some time to complete this program with some exercises that will implement today's steps into your life. Please proceed to exercise 5.